debuted at number 29 on the US Billboard 200, and within a week, it sold 50,000 copies.
The award goes to Linkin Park.
4 weeks later, it was certified gold with 500,000 copies sold, and 2 years later, it was still moving 100,000 copies a week in the US alone. Despite the huge success of Hybrid Theory, the album is often left off lists of the best metal, hard rock, or emo albums. It didn't fit neatly into any one genre. People called Linkin Park nu metal, but that label never really fit. They weren't like Korn or Limp Bizkit. Linkin Park mixed rap, screaming, and electronic sounds in a way that made it hard to put them in one box, and that made them stand out to fans while unsettling the purists.
And then we got in the studio, and like the people were like that we were working with were saying, you know, we want you to change this and change that. This guy has this gimmick where he wears a red hat, and you guys need a gimmick. For us, we were just like, come on, man, like what we're doing, there's a very specific lane that we're trying to go down. Like we have a very specific idea for what this is. And it incorporates these different genres of music. I grew up in hip hop. I know hip hop like the back of my hand. It is what I like live and die by. And I want to put this very specific like type of hip hop in the music. And I know these people don't get it, but somebody out there is going to hear this and get it. That it's really, you know, the choices that we're making are what makes this album what it is.
And Chester Bennington wasn't just a frontman. He was a master of dissecting his own mind. He could explain how his anxiety would temporarily fade, only to return as a crushing wave of depression. He likened his mind's final traces of happiness to dirty water swirling down a drain. And that kind of raw honesty made Linkin Park unique.
That record means a lot. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to, it's allowed us to really know that we can stay true to who we are. We can fight for what we want, and we can take chances that we want to take. So it was a very important record for us. It set the bar for us. They're a reflection of where we are creatively. It's the best thing that we could do with our talents at the time. That's what we always had to do. We had to set that bar high, and we learned a lot from making that record, for sure.
Hybrid Theory is loaded with potential singles. Everyone knows Paper Cut, In the End, and Crawling, but the whole album pulses with energy. It's a wild blend of moods: dark, heavy, melodic, and emotional. It's no wonder the album immediately connected with such a wide audience. Hybrid Theory is rightfully hailed as a groundbreaking album, but in the shadow of all that praise lies one of Linkin Park's most overlooked masterpieces, Reanimation. Less than 2 years after their debut, the band unleashed this remix album, which in many ways it's arguably their most underrated work. Reanimation is where they started departing from nu metal, diving headfirst into electronic and experimental sounds. This isn't just a remix album, it's a complete reimagining. It's darker, grittier, and more akin to an underground hip-hop record, blending elements of industrial and electronic music to create a harsher, more jarring sound, one that wouldn't stand a chance on mainstream radio. Vocally, things shift as well. Shinoda's verses come to the forefront, while Bennington's voice often takes a back seat, functioning more as hooks or getting chopped up and remixed into the production. It gives the album a fresh sound that's different from what fans were used to, but no less powerful. I do think they could have trimmed some of the fat here, but overall, it's incredibly solid and criminally underrated. After the success of Hybrid Theory and Reanimation, Linkin Park hit the road, touring across the US. They received invitations to perform at huge events like Ozfest and the Family Values Tour. They even started their own tour, Project Revolution, bringing along artists like Cypress Hill, Edema, and Snoop Dogg. Within a year, they had performed at over 320 concerts. On the surface, Chester was on top of the world, riding the wave of the band's meteoric success. But inside, he was fighting demons no one could see.
Obviously, you have been thinking about the next record.
Well, as far as working on it right now, what we're doing is we're setting up a studio in the back of our bus. We did that on last tour. We're going to do that.
This is becoming really common, right? I mean, I've spoken to a few bands recently who want to record on the road, but they say it's not easy.
Oh yeah, but their studios are nothing compared to ours.
Right.
Ours is much bigger and much more elaborate. Well, we're really, we're really into working with like computer-based recording equipment, and I think we stay pretty on top of it, like as far as the technology.